Hello and welcome back on Bibo Drone. This is Captain of Industry. If we learned anything, then just because it feels like everything is going our way does not mean that everything is going our way. Let's assess. What do you see? What is going well and what is not going well? Currently, it's pretty simple. Actually, at the end of the last episodes, I did add a little bit extra over here, plus I rerouted the iron connector over here because this thing can only handle 60. I knew that beforehand. This thing would like to consume 30, which really means one of these conveyors can only handle 2 of them. If I expand them to, the bigger conveyors, I expect them to be able to handle 4. But for right now, one conveyor is handling 3 of these guys because that's the way that it's set up right now. Maybe that's okay. But if we look around, we have a little bit of iron sitting over here, but our conveyors, I'm guessing, are just not able to handle as much as I want them to handle. So, Cargo Depot 3, you may have to wait because I need other Where are my conveyor level 3s? How would I find them? Not level 3 maybe, but convey or lifts. Cute. Where's the upgrade to the next thing? I have to click over here. Conveyor lifts. Yeah, we got that. Conveyor belts. Regular. Okay, we got those. Smart conveyor routing. Sure, we got those because why not? Conveyor belts 3. So this is coming right after this. Currently, it's not even part of the queue. Is there any way to jump this in the queue? I don't want you to be number 4. I would like you to skip to the front of the queue. We definitely don't need the cargo depot or anything else. We want the conveyor belts to actually happen. I am sure we need some red construction parts for this. I can't even click. Oh yeah, 28 red construction parts and 56 rubber. Ouchies. Hopefully we mostly have to pay just something else for that, and that would be great. Large vehicles, yes, I still would like those, and then trains would still be really nice, and then cargo depot 3. Honestly, we don't need those because we do have a cargo depot happening right now. So that is good. Large generator, since you are eating fuel, I don't think I want you. Copper refinement the next round feels like something useful. I know I keep changing this, so I don't want to look too far in advance. But this should be good. Conveyor belts level 2 is probably what we want to get into. And as you can see right now, it's just, we're not able to catch up with all the things that are happening here. So what we're going to do is something that I know that I talked about already, which is first delete this thing. Just like 3 of them, maybe, potentially. Can you just, take care of that, please, and thank you. That would be super. Then we're going to use our conveyor belt. Come on, get it done. Someone come by here, do something useful, please and thank you, because we are running out of the pieces that will get us the maintenance crew things set up and organized. I don't know where they are. But if trucks are slow, I have a button that makes it faster. E to go up, R to uncouple and then run through here. So we're now doubling, hopefully, the capacity of what we can actually handle here. I'm gonna go re-R. Nope, not like that. Let's go like this, just around the corner here, and then R for the input on this one. Now, I don't know what the input on that guy is, but these should help. Yes, I am using a lot of that stuff because I can. The hope is that my problem is currently the throughput. And what is the throughput of these guys? 12, 24. So 12, 24, 36, 48, 60. We should be full here. And then we're splitting right here. So we are still a little underutilizing everything that wants to happen all the way out here. Also, what's that conveyor that's going the other way? That's fine. What I would like to see is when this thing arrives, which is any minute. 1. 11. Okay, good. I thought I just saw a 1 there. I was a little nervous that we just ran out of food again, but we didn't. And there you go. Now we can actually produce the other stuff. So doubling up the conveyors through this thing makes me think that this thing doesn't actually have and for strictly even inputs and for strictly even outputs. That's interesting. That's very cool. But looks like it can actually handle what we need here, which tells me I think we are okay on iron production for the time being. I just need this thing to spit out more of these guys, and that should happen as these come online a little more. How many are we producing? 6, 6, and 6. We are consuming... You're trying to consume 8. You're trying to consume 24. Okay, I think you just made yourself a case for adding more of these guys because we need it. Will we have enough production going through this? That part, I don't know. But let me see something. It is like right there. Okay, so if this is our queue, sure. Why would you call it queue? I don't know. But if we go right here and just add at least 2 more, that should be enough for right now. But connector, plop one there, and then plop one here, please. Should make me happy enough. How much we don't have that much community, so it's unity. So I don't really want to get into that, but these guys can just produce whatever they want to produce, and this looks okay probably for now. Also, research is not something we have to produce a lot, but these guys, because they do want to consume 24 of these, that is 3. That is 3 of these things constantly running if we want to run maintenance. Waiting for products, that is fine. What is your issue? Oh, your issue is this guy. Okay, no, we're not going to wait for those. Don't have time for that. We have all the materials that we want. They're just not willing to bring them in right away, and that is just silly. Start producing your stuff. Cool. We did just see that one of these is, or 3 of these, go into the maintenance things. So what we're going to do is actually add 1 more, and then I'm hopefully done in this area for right now. Let's see here. I need... Nope. Yes. Nope. Really from... Come on. Probably have to change my camera angle to get this a little better, but this should be fine. You go here, you go there, you can just go right in the middle there. That seems like everyone is relatively fine. Cool. And then we should be producing enough of these guys for at least stay on top of things. And this should max out. This should fill up. That's really what we're looking for on that side. So that's probably okay. New refugees, that's good. 19 workers, that's not a lot. Low food supply. Makes me a little nervous, and I don't really want to throw more water at it at this point. I would like a couple other options to make that happen, but I don't know what that looks like yet. We also have the ship doing something, so we may as well start exploring and wasting a little more fuel while we're in the area. That should help, and then we have oil sitting over here. Alright, how many golden construction pieces do you have? Most of them. What's this? Steel. Okay, good. I was worried that this was iron and we're running out of it, but no, it's just part of the red construction parts that we also have to figure out somehow. But for right now, we simply need to move material. 1 pipe, 2 pipe, 4 pipes? I am not quite sure. Also, how much are you loading? You're loading 2,100 ton. No, not that's untrue. You're loading effectively 500 tons of oil when you're running through here. That's okay. And you are using 200 tons. You're using 200 tons. If we would store any of it, we could store 200. So if we try really hard, we can put 2 storages in front of this and effectively double the capacity. And maybe that's a good thing that we can hold a whole ship in there. But then we do have to worry about actually moving the stuff to where it's needed. Should you do oil here or should you move oil out here? What are you complaining about? Output is full. That is a good thing because that means we're not consuming any fuel right now, which I don't see as a problem. The thing that I'm wondering about is should I leave the oil production just down here or should I build a real... How's that another angry guy out here? I don't understand. It should have been fine, but ship, just go home. You'll be okay. I think the game doesn't let you destroy stuff right away. Either way, I think it makes a lot more sense to have our actual oil production over here. Why? Because this will run out eventually. Right now it still produces a little bit. That's wonderful. I don't want this to run out, but it's already low. Yes, there's no reason to build any oil, anything out in that area, so we may as well just go here. And let us produce something useful. Okay, now that we have that figured out, are you not going to tackle, the thing that you said you're going to tackle, which is the red construction parts? Honestly, no, because I don't know that we're ready for that yet. There's so much stuff that we still have to figure out. I would like to figure out some food. Apparently we're using most of the power generation that we have here, which is actually super exciting. But yes, so oil will just happen out here. That is fine. Basic distiller, you take oil. That's good. I would like to look at the recipe book and think of this a little smarter. And I'm looking at this too, and it's actually increasing our maintenance. Great. Get out of that hole. We have some diesel sitting over here, relatively even, but we want to increase that. We don't have a ton of copper coming through. How many things can B-Ball Joe get distracted by? I hope you're not playing this as a drinking game, because that would make me very disappointed in you, and so would be your parents. But it's kind of what we're doing, isn't it? At least we have coal now, so this one is technically producing what it's supposed to produce. Waiting for products, you need more copper. Oh, that makes me feel good. Okay, this is why we're low on copper. That is something I can fix. Give me more. Just give me a couple more guys, and we should be okay. Also, what's this? That's waste. Yeah, that's fine. But this thing is empty, which means this thing is empty, which means that is the problem that we have right now that we need to figure out. Also, we can probably get the dumping going. Yeah, look at that some other time, because you're just going to confuse yourself with things. True. Okay, are we good? Copper should be going up just with that extra excavator. We have bricks. We have cement. We have mechanical machine parts coming in slowly. We still need more than these if you want to overproduce that at all. Okay, you convinced me. We have 6 workers available. 1 assembly hall requires 4 workers. Perfect. We can maybe, if we're lucky, fit 1 more in there. Otherwise, we just have to demolish one of these guys. Good. Can you fit 1 more in here? No, you cannot. Okay, demolish one of these guys. Very good, because there's not enough storage anyways. Do you just want... Yeah, just get rid of that so we can build a conveyor here. See, on this one... Nope, that didn't do the trick, but just hovering over here and then dragging it over, that certainly does the trick. And just 1 more, in this case, should give us the not the connectivity, but should give us the production that we're actually looking for. You can go there, that's fine. This, we're just going to delete, because I don't know that we're actually going to need that part. I don't want to be unbuilt for too long, and then this guy can just produce it. All I really care about is that we have a little bit of an overproduction for the mechanical parts, because we do have research sitting here, and maintenance will eventually pick up as we put more vehicles out there. That all should make perfect sense. I think, I hope, I would like to. Give me another one of these. Give me a couple of these. See how iron is going right now. Iron is not going great, which means... You remember at the end of the last episode, I kind of technically removed one of the excavators from that thing. We don't have the bigger excavators coming through just yet, so we still have to build a couple more of these guys, deliver some stuff so the trucks can take a little break. But yes, we need more iron coming through. Luckily, construction parts are not a thing that we're low on currently. It will be once we concentrate on the red construction parts, but right now would like all of this to just stay high. We did use a couple of the machine parts. Interesting. Where am I actually producing those? Just in one place, and all it does is mechanical parts and electronics. Do you see what I see? Because I see what I see. You should see what I'm seeing too. Okay, you're gonna get distracted the right way. You will come over here and not do that at all, because we have a much better setup already set up right here. I would like this to participate in the thing that I want. And I would like probably 2 of these. And why am I building these? Even though I effectively just said that's not really going to work because we don't have enough materials to actually handle all of this. I'm doing this primarily, and I want to change all of this. We need machine part or vehicle parts. That's what they're called. You also switch over to vehicle parts. Your recipe will sit to vehicle parts, which are right there. And same thing over here. We're already doing all the... Nope. Yes. You clicked the wrong button there, buddy. There you go. This thing is already set up to handle everything that we need for this area. And the main goal here is really to make sure that your trucks are not overloaded with anything. That is what I'm trying to do. What is happening here? That looks a little questionable. But okay. If I delete just that piece, and then talk to the flat conveyor and say on level 1. You don't want to go over there just yet because of how all of that is kind of connected and kind of not connected. Okay, delete. No, I just want to delete that one. Can someone help with this, please? Just get it done. Doesn't cost that much. Just get it built. Cool. Then delete this piece. Ah, I needed to double click. That was the problem there. Just connect that last piece in there, and then these guys can start producing what I want them to produce, which also means all of this can go away, including research materials. This is all stuff that distracts the trucks, which is not great. These are all things that distract trucks too, so we may as well get rid of them. Great. Took long enough, but now it's happening. Hope you're proud of me. Totally distraction, but I kind of like this. Everything is kind of set up to do the thing that I need it all to do. Yeah, well, we'll spend half a unity on that one because why not? And they seem to be pretty happy. I also need to look at what's going on in my city. We don't have enough electricity. That could give us more unity. That should be a pretty easy thing that we can just throw in here if it's something that I can add to the city now. I would have expected to have this somewhere. Housing and services. Waste collection, water facility, food market, and housing. But electricity is not a thing yet. Last month's coverage, nothing. No protein. No vitamins. Why don't we get vitamins in here? We have some veggies sitting there already, but probably not all of it. So here's what we're going to do. Actually, are you going to turn off, or are you just going to feed this over here? No, don't feed it anywhere. Also, your potato is getting a little low. How about you put a little bit more veggie space out here? We're just going to see what we're going to do with this guy. Cool. Do you want to expand this at some point? I mean, yes, because water is getting low. Everything that rains, I think it does refill just a tiny bit, but probably not enough for what we want to do. You, sir, you should have a new excavator available and a couple trucks, please and thank you. Get on that. Feels good so far. The logs are coming through there. The slag is coming through here. We have all of the concrete sitting because none of this is being produced. Okay. Distracted enough on that side? I would say yes. Copper, we're still a little low. Okay, interesting. But at least this thing is mostly full. We're just having trouble keeping up with them. But I think the excavators generally are busy, as in they don't have to wait for trucks for too long. So yeah, this conveyor belt, we're just pretty much keeping up with what we want. I would like a couple more units of something sitting there, but honestly, this is probably fine for now. So fuel. Fuel's the thing where we're only half full, plus our ship is sitting here now, and we really can't go anywhere exciting. So let's send them out there. Hopefully I don't lose a ship or something silly. Okay, we have oil here that comes in whenever a ship comes in. Great. Let's start building something. And you can probably build out in this direction. You remember what I wanted to do like 10 minutes ago? I wanted to look where all I'm supposed to use crude oil in. Crude oil currently is in consumption for basic distiller for 60 and 6. This one is high steam that turns it into medium oil, heavy oil, and sour water. Distillation stage this. When enabled recipe displays something. Yes. Where's that? I feel like it's relatively close. It's sulfur. This is... where is it? Where is it? We saw it. Okay, distillation stage 1. Okay. Over here. Over here. Distillation. Where are you? Basic desalination. That will be important. We need that water. Terminal desalination and vacuum desalination. That's not helpful. Where's my desalination stage 1? I don't... Oh, settlement power. The thing that I just talked about is also down here. Should probably get that one built. There's a transformer. Just needs golden construction parts. That sounds exciting. Yeah, we're already all the way over here. And if we... Here, this is what we have to do. No. No. Even no on this one. This one looks interesting. But we're going to get to that. I would like settlement power. That's the next thing. Basic desalination. Yes, I would like some water. All we need is a little bit of steam. Gas combustion. actually looks pretty good because it produces steam if we give it a little bit of water in these things. Okay, electric boiler also looks pretty good. Just we need less water. How am I missing all of these things? I don't like that I'm missing all of them. Wheat farming and processing, corn farming, organic fertilizer. There seems to be a lot of things here that I haven't even realistically looked at. Also, logistics zone is something I think we need absolutely once we get into trains, because there will be certain zones where I don't want people to go anywhere else. Cracking unit does not sound interesting. None of these ship weapons. We don't have to leave the area yet. I do want my desalination or that building that we just saw. Chemical plant. Paper. No, it's not here. Definitely not in trains. Large vehicles. Compactor. No. Settlement recycling. Settlement edict. It would be nice if it would just tell me where this thing, this distillation stage 1 actually happens. Advanced diesel. A long time ago, and it will happen eventually. It's like the next thing that you're getting, because it also has, I don't even know what, but there's a lot of stuff coming with there. Vehicle maintenance management stage 2. Yeah, no, this is fine. So that's the next one on the next stage. Did something just get done? Did the conveyor belts? No, conveyor belts are almost done. They don't really have, well, they're pretty much complete, so we may as well get them done. Although, why? We're not gonna, why? Because if I didn't click that button, I wouldn't have to go and re-click all the buttons that are already clicked on, which is just silly. But there we go, settlement power. Yes, I do want that. All I was saying is I can't build these without red construction parts anyway, so it's completely useless to go out there to figure any of these things out. So we're just gonna get a bunch of the existing thing researched. Ship armor, sure. Food management, all that stuff, sure, that can all go. As you can see, research is going to be busy for a while, but what I'm seeing is that we're currently not making enough unity for everything to just continue working the way that I need it to work. How we're doing? Crude oil getting low. Yeah, that was fast. Okay, I'm glad that I'm looking at the right things. Food is nominally the same, which is great. Number of workers is not doing so hot, which is obviously, for obvious reasons, not very great. Note active progress gets reset if the beacon gets interrupted. Got it. So we're going to get 18 refugees in a couple minutes. We can probably upgrade one of these guys again, because why not? We have all the materials, so we may as well. And there are new refugees. Now we have 50 people without jobs, but our town is getting pretty big. Do you want to add 1 or 2 extra farms somewhere? Ideally, no, but practically kind of. You know what I want to do? I would like, there's an extra excavator sitting there. That's wonderful. We're going to use that. What are you going to use it for? To terraform this thing. All I really want is to level out all of this so I can use it for building things on. I don't know what I want to build on here yet, but I do know that where it currently sits is completely kind of useless. So we may as well get this all nice. You see what's orange and what's green? That tells you exactly where stuff is and isn't. I hope that I'm not destroying this coal storage over here, and if I do, oopsie and daisy. Okay, yeah, get all the way in there, then get all the way in here, and then that should be a big enough land grab where we can actually make something happen here. I don't hate this. I don't hate this at all. The only thing I have to do is get a mine control tower, plop it right in front of you, and then I'm expecting this to effectively just be a thing. Whatever they want to produce is totally fine. I just need the trucks to do something with that. Okay. Draw your rectangle. Can I draw the rectangle? Yes, I can. Honestly, all I want to do is just concentrate on this whole sector, not just the little sector that we had over there. There you go. There you go. Everything that's kind of green, you probably have to go out this way a little bit, and then you need to go all the way out this way. That looks good. So, the excavator should be able to do exactly what I wanted it to do. It will take a little while before all that's done, but I'm okay with that. I have to figure out what I want to do with all the dirt. And the right answer is probably build a connection to over here. What's on there? Something. Something is certainly on here. Is it titanium ore? Yes, it's titanium. So how about we just build a land bridge over there? Are you supposed to build a land bridge to that thing? I don't know. I seriously don't know. And it's very possible that we can also get there if we... well, you have to build up here, and there's also a small ramp that needs to happen right there. So how about we start here? Cool. Dumping designation. Start flat. Just too wide. I'm okay with that. Make this one flat too, and then we can go F for downhill. Let's see, you're going the wrong way. RR. No, just one. Then you go down, all the way down, and all the dirt that we hopefully are collecting in that area, ideally it just goes out here, and then we have a ramp to do the thing that we want it to do. And once we have that ramp, because it's going to be a ton of material that we're going to take out of that ground, we could start looking at this. The problem here is, I think the thought that the developer said here is, there's a mountain, there's no material on the mountain, you just take it down and push a bridge over here. That could be an option for all of these things as far as I care, but I'd much rather do something a little quicker if you don't mind. So if you want to do that, you really have to, I think I always want to be too wide. Not sure if that's the right thing to do or not. Obviously, we're not going to get through that way. Oh, it's going downhill though, so that's not actually going to help you much. Okay. If I go not flip, if I just stay pretty flat here, there's no way we're going to make it there with the material that we have to dump here. But apparently you're still trying. Yes, I'm still trying, because what's the worst thing that could happen? I'm wrong, and we can build that thing that I want to build from the other sector. That's fine. Almost there. Okay. This is a completely stupid idea because it's way too deep. True. Are we going to build a bridge at some point? Very possible. I seriously don't know. I've never played this far, so we'll see how this goes. Once you get here, we can figure out what else to do. There looks to be a little bit of an area right there. There's a little bit of stuff over here. Sure, we may as well use this as a landing spot. Make it come out just a little bit that way, and then come over here. And then, you know, don't worry about this part. Cool. If you don't mind building this land bridge anytime soon, I wouldn't fault you for it. There you go. You're doing great. Just start getting crazy over here. Is that necessary? I really don't know, but we do have to figure out oil. Okay, let's get into oil, shall we? Yes, we shall, but I don't feel comfortable doing that with the last few minutes that we have available. So, was this really just housekeeping? What did we do? We expanded this a little bit. We made sure that we had enough mechanical parts coming in when we needed them. We have new refugees coming in. Crude oil is getting low, obviously. We are better on copper. Not great, because we're still not filling up this thing, but we're getting better on copper. We're just effectively keeping up with everything that we want. This can go. If I want this, I will build it again, but in the image of what we already have going on. So I feel good about all this. Nice. We did tear down one of the other things that we absolutely didn't need anymore, which was over here, and there's still a couple parts that are doing something. We don't need you anymore. Why do I not need you? Because they are taking up valuable truck time, and we don't want that. This thing also can go away, and then we can start expanding the city in that direction just a little bit if that is something you need. You sometimes get enough water, but not all the time. That's not great news, because that probably hurts our water situation. Yeah, there's some water coming in here, but probably not a lot for what we want, and we would like to be 120% full. Okay. Concrete blocks, no, we don't need you anymore. Am I just going to take this whole thing down, or what's your plan? I don't really have a reason for producing concrete like this anymore, so we may as well just make this official. Yep, get rid of all that, get rid of all that. There are a couple of golden construction pieces to have here. The thing that we can't really get at yet is the water pipe that runs there, because that's a very small water production sitting over there, but it is a production nevertheless. So that can stay where it is. These guys, we do not need as much assigned here as I have. So we can take those out. And I'm tempted to give them to this operation because they seem to really need something. Okay. Coal. Yeah, we're chewing through that coal here a lot faster than I expected. There's still a lot to mine, but on the other hand, there's not that much left to mine here. So, L, where's our coal? It's really pretty much most of this, if you want to get in there, and then we just have to stick one there, one here, and then there's a lot more coal out on this side of the area, and then, yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of rock on top of the coal that we want out here as well. So there's a lot more to do, clearly. Mining tower, would you mind mine a little more over here? Over here. Don't worry about that drop zone out there. I don't think that's actually necessary because it will just dump wherever they feel like it. I can remove this with a right click. That is lovely. And then I need to expand you just a little bit so you encapsulate all of this stuff. Great. That's our coal mine. It will stay our coal mine, and we have a ramp there that does a couple things, and we probably have a truck already trying to... Yeah, there's a little ramp being built right there. Cool. There's also a ramp being built right there. Also cool. And this thing is starting to look like it's flattening out just a little bit. It's just going to take a long time. I don't know that there's anything else that we can build on top of uneven terrain like this. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to level it out. Would it be smarter to level it out on an average instead of on going to level 4? Because the highest we get to is probably relatively high, like 5, 6, 7, 8. Something like that. I don't know. This is also what I was waiting for. Advanced diesel, because we did try to research it. And that was a thing that definitely needed to happen. Gas combustion is next. That's nice. Basic desalination. Sure, we'll add that to the queue because water will be a thing. Biofuel does not feel like a bad thing, but I don't want to use potatoes necessarily or vegetables because we don't have that much going on, but maybe corn can help us with all of that. I wouldn't mind it. Wouldn't mind it one bit. Can we actually not sell stuff at the food market if... Let me check something while we're in the area. No, potatoes. Can someone just get something done here? One assigned truck for you and one assigned truck for you because city is very important. You are still... Well, you're getting more water now. I like that because that should mean that these guys have water most of the time now. They have food all of the time. They just don't have power yet, which means our unity is actually going in the right direction again. Great. I think we're set up that we can actually do the thing that I wanted to do for a while now with fuel, because yeah, that's starting to run low, I'm sure. We'll just have to see how that works out for us. Thank you so much for watching. This was Housekeeping with B-Well Joe, and next time we'll get dirty. Bye-bye.